Okay, greetings everyone. This is First and 2753 with the next episode of Geopolitical Simulator 4 Power and Revolution 2018 add-on playing All Roads Lead to Delhi. In the last episode, I forgot to put down people's names again. In the last episode, we had a lot of comments online, and thank you for all the comments online. Who suggested it? Somebody suggested... A lot of people are still voting on integration with Bangladesh versus conquest with Bangladesh. One of the best points that was made is by Harry Forsyth, and I think I'm kind of weighed my decision based on that comment. Basically, Bangladesh is not that many people, 196 million. It is still a lot. It's a lot of people, a lot of poverty, and not a lot of GDP. So if we go into population, yeah, it's one of the most populous countries in the world. It's 8th, and we are 2nd. Pakistan is 6th. So adding that many people isn't really going to help with our issue. We do have low unemployment, but they do not add a tremendous amount of GDP. So I think a better move, right? So GDP per capita, ours is already really low, and so is theirs. We are 127. Bangladesh is 135. Pakistan 134. It's really not helping us economically if we conquer Bangladesh. Not a big help. Now Sri Lanka has 22 million. That's a much smaller population. And 84 billion GDP. GDP per capita is 100. GDP per capita in Sri Lanka is actually better than GDP per capita in India. So Sri Lanka seems like a much better target. Oman, look at Oman. Maybe we should try to invade the Arabian Peninsula here. But I think I'm going to go with all those people who are voicing benevolence against Bangladesh. And we're going to try to integrate Bangladesh into our system. At least we're going to try that at first. We'll see how cooperative they are. They are a little uncooperative here as it is. Let's take a look at Bangladesh. It's probably going to be a while. I'm not going to do a lot of stuff right away. They are socialist persuasion. That's one of the reasons why they're probably against us on the map, why they're pink on the map. And then somebody asked about Bhutan. Who was that? A lot of people saying leave Bangladesh alone. Bacon King wants to conquer Bangladesh. I forget. Somebody was questioning Bhutan. Oh, there it is. Carmitus. Sorry, I don't know if I said your name right there. About Bhutan. Bhutan here is pink, not favorable to India. That's not Bhutan. That's Nepal. There's Bhutan. And let's see. They are socialists. So that is probably the reason why. Let's see. Bhutan having poor relations with India is the question. They're economic partners. India is one of the few countries Bhutan actually has diplomatic relations with, according to the comment there. And let's see, strategic alignment is negative 30. Economic relationship is 17. I assume we probably have an embassy there, right? Manage our embassies. We do have an embassy in Bhutan, so that has it. But in the game, one of the reasons why countries don't usually align with each other is because of their ideological alignment. Russia, for example, is more conservative, while China is more liberal, or left-wing. I don't want to say liberal, sorry. Left-wing, socialist, authoritarian socialist, really. And so India in this game has a political right-wing conservative party. So a lot of times, based on what the party is, that will affect this relationship factor of, you know, pink or green. So just FYI there, that's why, probably. Even though you could probably still have decent relations, you could probably do stuff with pinkish countries, like you have embassies and everything, that's fine. The red countries are the ones that really would be hostile relations, and they would be the ones that are very difficult to cooperate here, right there. But pink, light yellow, gray, you know, they can kind of go either way. The dark pink, the dark green, and the red are the ones. The dark green are your strong allies, which India doesn't seem to have any. No strong ally. Oh, there's maybe some in central Uzbekistan. Really good relations with Uzbekistan. I want to try to extend my influence into Central Asia as far as trade. And one thing I was going to look at in this, maybe I'll just start the clock here actually. One thing I was going to look at in this game soon was, not any of these, what am I doing? Other organizations, and there was a list that I had that I wanted to maybe become a member of. Where did I put that list? Black Sea Cooperation, that's not one of them. Singapore Asian Pacific Group, that's interesting. Association of Caribbean States, definitely not that one. AMU. Arab, no, it wasn't the Arab League. Let's see, CIS. Commonwealth Independence. Commonwealth of Independent States. This looks like a group we can maybe become a part of. It looks like some sort of trade agreement. Now the question is, if I do become a part of that group, does that hurt me as far as my alignment with other groups? Council of the Baltic States. That's a South American league or association. It's not soccer. This is a security agreement. I'm definitely not going to join that. I'd rather lean my security more towards the West. East African Economic Community of Central African States Economic Cooperative Organization. Aha. This is not very influential. Leadership seems to be Tahran in Iran. Now, if I do that, will that upset the United States? We did that already. Do we look at that? Monetary. I don't want to use the monetary union. If you join a monetary union, then you no longer have control of your currency. I'm going to avoid monetary unions. Oh, speaking of currency, that's one thing I wanted to do in this game. Let's check our economy real quick. Inflation is climbing 5%. Unemployment is below 4%. Growth is almost at 8%. Looking phenomenal right now. We do have a trade meeting coming up soon, I think. Taxation, real quick. What is this? Budget deficit, 70 billion still. Alright, I think I'm going to save the tax reform till the next quarter. I am going to sort of slow down growth a little bit. 1% interest rate hike. Try to control the climbing inflation. We got that. The other comment was reform on labor service. Uberization. Uber! The committee has... Hold on, we want to read this. The committee that I had commissioned to study the job market conditions in the service sector has just submitted a report. It shows that thanks to the development of mobile internet, numerous new services have appeared that save people time, money. Carpooling, Uber drivers, subletting properties. All of these services are competing in a market that is in fact becoming highly competitive. Players who therefore remain vulnerable, especially those same services in the old economy who often have difficulty facing new ways of doing business. So, Joseph Leong, sorry again if I mispronounced the name, made a comment that I can choose cities or provinces and their percentage of people with internet. So if we look at the city of Delhi, New Delhi in the province of Delhi. And one thing about this game that I think could use improvement on is regional maps. Like, it has good global maps, like if you go into the mapping here, like you can see back to communications. In communications, you can see the broadband internet. You can see country-wise who doesn't have a lot of broadband. But when you go into look at the country itself, you don't really see the regions, which is one thing that I'd like would be valuable now. Nobody has broadband in this country. To see like which regions I could expand the internet into. Internet usage, equipment, internet users, maximum. There's definitely a lot of internet users. So broadband would give us the infrastructure we need. Now, if you go into New Delhi, big city, that's not New Delhi. Click off it. Come on. Alright, there it is. I want to take a look here. Oh, actually it doesn't tell you here either. It doesn't tell you here either. It should tell you here what the internet infrastructure is. There's 86 million people. It tells you that. But I think if you go into, we have to go into actual media and take a look at it. Super high speed fiber optic internet. Okay. Broadband. We're going to broadband and just specifically take a look at Delhi. They've got about 40% internet usage. So what if I just hike this up to 50? That's 2.6 billion a year in reimbursement. That's still a lot of money. Jeez, 45%. 1.4 billion. I guess I could do that for now. Let's try that. See what happens there. I don't know if that actually does anything there. Alright. Broadband internet construction begun. It's begun. The work site is open. Report on urbanization. We already did that. Public, digital, and public finance. Public finance took. Oh wow, that's a big popularity hit. 11%. That's pretty. That probably makes it worth it. Okay, we should have a meeting coming up soon. Before we do the meeting, part of foreign policy that I wanted to engage in was pause here. Containing China and North Korea. An effort to help contain China and North Korea and strengthen our alliance with Taiwan. That's in billions. Strengthen our alliance with Taiwan. That's $1 billion. I don't want to give $1 billion. Average donations, nothing. I was thinking about giving 5 million. But I'm not sure if that's going to actually do anything. Let's start off with a $5 million donation. That's a $50 million donation, isn't it? We'll do 50 million. $50 million donation to Taiwan. That's probably not going to do much. And apparently I can't give foreign aid to South Korea. I was planning on it. Take a look at Taiwan. What is their relationship with us? Economic relationship is 7. A trade agreement with them will work out well. Okay. Trying to stay on topic here, not get distracted. Back to other organizations. The organizations that we are a member of include BRICS. We are a member of BRICS, which gives us good relations with China. Well, not really China. Russia, Brazil, South America. What BRICS actually does in the game, I am not 100% sure. Commonwealth with England. Again, it doesn't really say exactly what these organizations do. We are in the G20. India Rim Association. I assume this is a... Whenever it says cooperation, I assume it's a free trade agreement. Here, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. I'm assuming that's another trade agreement. This basically says there can't be any tariffs at all, I guess. So, what is the purpose of these other two? I don't know. Maybe they encourage more trade between them and possibly help with strategic alignment. That being said, I wanted to join the G7. Who's in the G7? Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, United States, and United Kingdom. Guam. Democracy and Development. Organization for Democracy and Development. That's probably a regional thing. There's only 4 of them. It looks like the Caucasus Mountains. The Rio Group, we're not joining that. European Space Agency, we're probably not going to join that. International Criminal Court. NAFTA. What is LAS? Arab League. We're not Arabic. That's a South American thing, I think. This one. Ah, this was the Western one I wanted to join. Which doesn't really have a lot of influence. Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Well, let's see if we can't apply to become a member. We're going to apply to become a member of that, as well as this. This seems to have more influence. This could extend our influence into Central Asia. So, traditionally, like India has done in the past, we're going to play both sides of East and West. And court both of them to see if we can't join either one of their organizations. In the meantime, $50 million being donated yearly to Taiwan, and we should have a meeting coming up sometime soon. Broadband expansion in Delhi, minor broadband expansion there. Definitely helped with our popularity. It didn't cost us too much, about $1 billion, I think, a year. I do have to try to cut this deficit down, though, if I'm going to actually save some money. Somebody wanted me to look at the terrorist spy network files. Let's take a look there. Terrorists. So, there's the file. Okay, here we go. Let's pause this. Some stuff's going on here. This is the illegal organization. This is the leader, his nationality. Current surveillance is none. I could place it under surveillance, or I could proceed with an arrest. Here we can check God and Spy. Here we can find out what type of person he is. And so this gives you a lot more insight into the leader of the organization. I guess we could put them under surveillance, and we could, I guess, proceed with an arrest at some point. I think I would have to have files. So let's put under surveillance. How about that? Now, what does that do? Would we get caught? I could infiltrate as well. We're just going to test that out with him. And before we try to move on to these other groups, that India Communist Forces seems to be a big organization. 94 million people, that's a lot. Alright. Kashmir Autonomous League. Movement of Hindu fighters, they're extreme right. Seem like a religious group. And then, of course, the Total Jihad. There's their budget, too. And there we'll have head of organization, level of terrorist operations 69, impact of terrorist operations 32, power 32, national popularity. Alright, so that does tell you a little bit more insight with that terrorist file about what's going on in these organizations. I hope you guys valued that. Speaking of which, I do need to manage my networks, don't I? Did I already do this? No? Maybe? Yes? We got 126 remaining. Saudi Arabia. I want to put agents into Secret Service, create a network of agents there. Cyber attack preparation. Start with political spying for now. Create network of agents in Maldives. We'll start with political spying for now. Bangladesh. Secret Service, create network of spies. I guess we'll start with political spying. Or maybe we can do approach political groups and try to get a right-wing group in play there. Possibly in Bhutan as well. I'm just hoping that this doesn't get these guys caught. Approach political groups there. And approach a political group here in There it is. Secret Service. Approach political group here in Nepal. And just try to move them towards our favor, I guess. Myanmar. Not gonna worry about them right now, even though they are on our border. What happened here? ICT Gold Star. Prime Minister, concerning our information and community technology, I'm here to inform you that our current infrastructure is among the best in the world. That being said, it can still be improved. That's pretty good. Internet improvement. Good news. Our efforts on the matter of internet infrastructure has borne fruit. The average internet speed is clearly improved, which will change the day in the lives of our businessmen. Where can I see the average internet speed? TV stations. Average internet speed. Whoa! Wow. That doubled it. That 6% boost in broadband in Delhi doubled the average speed of my internet. Wow. Phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Ooh, OECD file accepted. After examining your candidacy, we are happy to announce that your file has been accepted. Your membership request will thus be submitted to vote by the organization in a few days. I hope that we'll have good news. Mexico is the president of that organization. Let's see. Is there a lead country in that organization that we maybe can influence somehow? Paris is where the lead country is. Publicly support an organization. Let's publicly support them. Demands being evaluated. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Meanwhile, Australia. Is Australia on our calendar? I thought they were. Who is this? I don't know who that is. Ronald Trump. Japan. That's Australia later there, right? That Australia is not until later. Oh, bummer. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and I think we're meeting with Ronald Trump, I guess. What was the trade deal I was going to offer them? Ronald Trump, the United States, will be getting jewelry. You can try to sell jewelry to these guys. Okay, let's kick it to, what is that? Okay.
Our team is in place. The information gathered on this suspect terrorist will be archived directly into his dossier, which you can consult at any time.
Very good. Very, very good. Internet speed. I'm really impressed with that internet speed boost. Very little. I guess a lot of people living in that province there. What about this one? 132 million people in that province. And how are our roads coming along? They're still coming along. Doesn't say where. Oh, there we are. Yeah, it doesn't say when they'll be completed at all. But we are trying to extend that infrastructure. Transport and communication infrastructure, all trying to be extended here. And I think that's probably enough for spending for this year, because all that's going to be added on to next year's debt. So I'm not going to build anything new for the rest of the year, I don't think. Sorry, that sounds boring. We're going to kick this out to the meeting. That'll probably be the end of the episode. After I negotiate with the American president. Gonna make a huge deal. Huge. Sorry. Haven't done that in a while. Always gotta do some Trump. Oh, there it is. End of the week. New week. Damn. They didn't even want to vote on it. Commonwealth of Independent States just given the verdict on your request to join. Your geographical location cannot, because of the geographical location, we cannot join. Okay, popularity dipped. Damn. Refused again. 3 members voted against it. I don't know who did. There's so many members in that group. I come to inform you of the results of the voting process with regard to your request to join an organization. Unanimity Was not obtained. There were 3 votes against. Your membership is therefore rejected. Have courage for the next time. Closing ceremony in Pyeongchang. And that ends that. And here's our meeting. He looks a little better in this 2008 version, I think. Coffee for you, sir?
Sure.
I love your country.
Very kind.
He's got it like that.
This thought is very honorable.
There it is. Okay. Create a sales contract. And we're going to try to sell one thing to you today. Only really want to sell one thing right now. I don't want to blow up the economy. And the average price. Oh, what happened to the price here? That stinks. I thought we had a price advantage there. Oh boy. What can I change this to now? Japan. Oh, maybe it was Japan that I was supposed to sell the jewelry to. Utility vehicles? I could sell utility vehicles, but I wanted to sell that to Israel. Let's try utility vehicles. Is that still running? No. That is a stinker. 94,000. We sell them 94,000. Would we still have enough? We wouldn't have enough for the Israelis. What the heck happened? I guess the other thing to sell the United States was going to be automobiles, and I was going to wait till next year to do it as the only deal for next year, because it's going to blow up the economy if we do that. Okay, I'm going to give it a shot. Got a highball Trump. 11.75. Remember that. That did not change at all. Okay. Still got a pretty good deal there. That's a good counteroffer. Let's try 28. 24. 27. 25. 26. Be $31 billion. This is going to blow up our economy. There it is. All right, $31 billion added to our GDP because of the automobile trade deal. Automobile trade deal. That rhymes. Okay, that's it. There it is. You can see the results of this monstrosity. That was a huge deal.
Well
huge.
done. You have just signed your first contract. A note from my department will allow a rapid expert appraisal on this contract.
Okay. I'll slow down for a second there. Stop for a second. I want to see what happened. GDP is at 2522. Okay, so I guess it'll go up to 255. That's not too big of an explosion.
Prospective analysis, coupled with the Brown model on group psychotectonics, has allowed us to identify a potential ally.
Germany?
In this case, a terrorist group that we have already...
Why am I in Germany? I don't need to be in Germany. Alright, where's the deal? The trade deal. Results of the trade deal. Oh, we got intelligence.
We've obtained some information on this terror suspect. I urge you to examine his file. But in the end, I will not always keep you informed of every new piece of information. It's up to you to regularly consult the file.
Great. Thanks for the help. What am I doing here? First, let's check out the economic deal. Not bad. Not a bad assessment. Detailed assessment. The contract will not have a significant impact on unemployment. Yeah, I don't think automobiles had a big... That's more of a GDP thing this contract was. This contract will let us sell at a much better price than usually guaranteed, guaranteeing us substantial profits. That's good. Contract guarantees the sale of a large portion of our production. Contract represents a significant improvement to the economy. That's mild. Product is particularly profitable. Selling more of it will be even more profits. And not a big impact on unemployment. Okay, so we'll keep that deal for 5 years. I don't think anything's changed, but let's check on that terrorist. So I guess I'll call this Consulting Terrorist Files. That's probably going to give me a kick on YouTube for this episode. Consulting Files. I'm going to call it Consulting Files. As far as an episode name. If I say terrorist, then I might even get arrested if I do that. FBI will be knocking on my door. I should probably even stop talking about that. Let's see here. Well, who's this? A new guy. Current monitoring. Bought canister of gas. What? Let's monitor this guy. Place him under surveillance. Excuse me. Okay, I think that's going to be the end of this episode. I'm going to keep an eye on this group here. Getting dangerous there. I probably need to invest more money in Secret Service. And we are now in March. Let's get to the end of the week here. Just to see the impact of that trade deal. And that'll be it for this episode. Oh, I gotta get my guys out of there. Come on, why am I even there? Police, Secret Service, managing networks, Germany, get out. Germany. Why even go there? "31 minutes. Academy Awards. Ooh, popularity.
Our network has been
I
partial.
know about that.
Our great director won the prize for Best Foreign Film.
Wow.
It is an important day for our national cinema and our cultural policy.
Excellent. Get to the end of Sunday, recalibrate economic numbers, and that's going to be it for the show. Thanks for watching, everyone. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. This is not ending on Monday. Yeah, there it is. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Support my Patreon if you want to influence my decisions as far as episodes and what to do in episodes, and maybe get names for things like space programs or other things, or trade or tax deals or something like that. That's all. Whatever you guys want. Anything cool that I can provide for you guys, let me know for any Patreons still out there. Thanks again for watching. Economic deal right here. Oh man, inflation, not bad. Growth, much better. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next episode.